supposed to go. I'm doing the intro. Hi, I am Ken.
Hi, I'm Jen.
And we are from the Holistic Revolution, and this is our third week in a row of podcasts. We're on a roll. Big time roll. And it's going to keep going. And this week, we are going to discuss a very hot button issue. We kind of put the feelers out to some of our clientele this week about what we should talk about on our podcast. And they came back with navigating eating during the holidays.
How to survive the holidays.
How to survive the holidays. And this is a, crowd me out here, man. This is a touchy subject. So before we go into it, we got to put the exclusive warning out there. We're not trying to insult anyone's family, because I'm sure we're going to make jokes about families.
Family.
Okay, and how crazy they are.
We all have them.
Yeah, we're not trying to be insulting. We're just here to give kind of our perspective from being in the trenches and having to deal with our families, and then also professional coaching experience and helping people kind of surf the water there of this issue, because this is one that really will send people into a full-blown tizzy or panic before we're a week out of Christmas now. Maybe by the time this airs, it'll be Christmas Eve, maybe, or something. But we're full-blown into the holiday season, and people were worrying about this like the day after Thanksgiving. So,
we want to make sure everybody can enjoy your holidays, enjoy your time with your family, be able to stick with your goals, but not be so rigid that the holidays become this huge weight, or, it's a huge stressor already. So let's not let the food and drink and fun and laughing and, maybe you're not getting as much sleep as you want, or maybe you're not drinking as much water because you're drinking maybe other things.
yeah, sure.
Maybe you're eating too many cookies here and there. You're taste testing, if you will.
Sure.
And that's all okay. It's the holidays. It's fine. It's one time a year.
Okay, so your position stand is ease off the gas.
My position stand is just, I always come back to this balance, right? So the holidays are one time a year. You're maybe at one or two holiday parties. I'm not saying go into the break room at work and smash all the stuff that's there and go, it was just a day, it's fine. It won't be there tomorrow. I'm saying, maybe one cookie is okay. Or maybe you go over to the in-laws and they're serving cake and you really want a slice. Well, that's okay too. If you're putting in the amount of work all week or all month or all year, and you're doing what you need to do on every other day, those one or two or three treats aren't going to completely blow you off your course, unless you allow it to.
Well, and here's the thing. So now, first of all, we have to talk about, I will chime in and say that the industry in and of itself of fitness and nutrition does a phenomenal job, and they have been doing a phenomenal job for years of setting up impossible standards for people to follow. One need to look no farther. Easy example, and it's not nutrition related, but bodybuilding's willingness to sell you fart powders and potions and pills, and then not tell you that it's actually roids that got these guys as big as they are. No, it's spending $400 a month in supplements.
Yeah.
So impossible standards that you can't live up to, that can only make you end in making you feel bad. Okay, so, and that is not the goal, because nobody wants to be a buzzkill around the holidays. Okay, so,
and nobody wants to be buzzkilled.
Yes, so I think you fall into two camps. I think that if you're really trying, you have the I'm really trying to do my thing, like you said. I'm using the holiday kind of as as a pressure release valve.
A cheat.
Yeah. Even though I don't like that word, but of this time of the year is, I've worked hard all year long. I'm gonna take my foot off the gas a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then you have the other portion of the population where you've screwed around the whole year, so who cares if you eat like crap for another month? It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna start January 1st.
Yeah, you're gonna start on January 1st anyway. So I think the whole idea of dieting, and speaking of that, I have dieted and done the whole I'm going to compete and I'm going to diet through the year. So I have dieted through, dieted in quotation marks,
It can work.
through the holidays, so through Easter's, Christmas, so on and so forth, and it presents its own unique set of challenges. And if it wasn't for the aims of a competition, I would view the practice as utterly ridiculous. And then probably at 38 years old, looking back at my 21-year-old self, I'm like, that was dumb, and I didn't really need to take it that far. But whatever.
But you had a goal and you had a finish line and you had the self-control to stick with the goal that was important to you. It was more important to you to stick with your eating plan
Sure.
to get to that finish line than it was to eat something garbagey at a family or relative's
Sure,
house. And
but-
that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with
But
that.
overall, 99.999% of the time, I'm gonna say, eat the food. Okay, it's 1 week, it's one time. That you can't. You're not going to go off the rails as bad as you think.
Well, that's a slippery slope.
Well, but I don't
Because
think.
you can go off the rails
Well,
by
you
eating,
can't.
well, I should really just finish the ham, right? Now we're talking, you didn't just have a portion and
Well-
enjoyed your portion. Now you had like a portion
Sure.
and now you're sitting back going, I don't understand. I just had one sheet.
Sure,
Ken said to eat the meal.
Okay. Yes, I did.
And now your meal consisted of, instead of 1 or 2 sheets or something that maybe you wouldn't normally choose, to a 3,000 calorie
Yes, I
plate of
understand that.
food,
But then again,
a
to use,
heaping thing of cookies. Like,
good point, touche. But to backpedal a second, to use your example, if it's one time, this is like when we talk about in training, people flip out about missing one workout. And so when you take the span of a week, a month, a year, 4 years, however long, it becomes incremental, the amount of loss. It boils down to 0. So
sure.
I am not a fan of using the word cheat or this whole concept of cheat meals. It's utterly ridiculous in nutritional in the concept of what we always talk about when we're talking about body composition change, because that's what most people come to the gym or trainers for, is overwhelmingly body comp change, to lose body fat and to gain muscle. So the cheat meal is a stupid notion. It's just silly on its surface that you can eat garbage food and somehow miraculously be in better shape. That's stupid. And that's it. Again, promoted by drug culture. They're not telling you that they're doing things other than just eating the donut. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. We're getting off the topic. I think that you should eat, you should have fun, you should do your thing and relax, because it's stressful enough being around your family and having to give your weird uncle a hug, and so-and-so is going to say something to you, and oh yeah, she parked in my parking spot last year, and all this crap. It's bad enough. So in the interest of kind of calming the water, and that's why we have food and drinks, because our families are so unbearable for the most part that if you were locked in a room with them without any food, any alcohol, or anything garbagey to eat, you'd end up choking somebody. I mean, it would be ridiculous. So you need those.
I disagree.
You need those.
I disagree. I personally, I don't drink. I haven't in a couple of years. I don't think you need it.
Okay,
I think
well,
there are other ways to
but
deal with
maybe
stress,
you're just
stressors.
You're just the lucky one. Maybe, and you have me, so that's kind
So maybe I should start.
of. Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should drink a lot more.
Yeah.
I view it this way, and here's another layer of the puzzle that we have to talk about. Is I think that when it comes to these elements where we're going to, say, partake in things that are suboptimal, junky stuff, like non-foods, so like cake, stuff with low nutritional value. What do you think of in the holidays? You think of cookies and cakes and
Sugar, processed.
sugar and pies and stuff like that. A lot of carbohydrate-based things.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff, right? Okay, well, my strategy, if one were really concerned, because you can say, hey, I followed, like you said earlier, I followed the straight and narrow for this entire year, and you know what? I'm kicking back and I'm gonna have a pumpkin pie.
A whole pumpkin pie, too.
I do it every year. Okay, or you
No
say,
fork,
or-
just like a slice of pizza, like.
So, or you say, you know what, this is concerning to me, and it's important, and I'm trying to do my thing because maybe you're in the middle of, you're kind of in the purgatory zone of, I'm establishing new habits, I'm new to this, and I don't want to maybe fall off the wagon. That might be the right word for it, but
Okay.
you know,
It's a valid concern.
taking a step back. Some people step back is way back, like you said earlier. Okay, so if you're concerned about that, what I would say to you is that take those meals that are suboptimal or those treats that are suboptimal and make them to the highest quality level that you can. So instead of taking the cookie and throwing in garbage ingredients and cheap crap and a bunch of whatever, take the ingredients and go get the highest quality level of ingredients for whatever your recipe is that you can. So maybe it's really, really high quality chocolate in your chocolate chip cookies. Maybe you go the gluten-free route. Maybe you don't use flour, you use something else. Maybe, you know, people with dietary challenges like celiacs and gluten problems and vegans and vegetarians have been doing this for years.
Sure.
Very successfully and navigating the holidays probably just fine. That would be my number one tip. So if you're gonna drink a few beers, don't buy the deer piss variety beer because it's cheap. Go out and put some coinage into maybe a higher quality beer, maybe something organic. Maybe, I mean, there's all different varieties. I don't drink either, so I don't really know, but I'm sure that there's high quality stuff out there. Just like how
Yeah.
I would tell anyone else in here that is whatever you're into, you're into. So if you like, and this goes for all year round, if you like chips and salsa, because the industry is going to always focus on what you can't have. So when it comes to movement, it's you never do enough. So it's always guilt bullshit.
Guilt-based.
Yes. You never do enough, so see how inadequate you are. And then when it comes to nutrition, it's always you can't have. So when anyone thinks of diet, they automatically think in terms of what do I have to eliminate? So the average person eats probably between the same 8 and 12 foods, and I can verify this
Yeah.
through years of looking at food logs. The same 8 to 12 foods. If they eat a nut, it's always a cashew. If they eat animal protein, it's always chicken. If they eat a vegetable, it's always broccoli. And then people wonder why they go, well, I'm bored, and then they fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
So there's millions and millions and millions of choices. There's millions and millions of high quality choices. Experiment with the ones you need. So, like we say around here at any time of the year, if you're into chips and salsa, let's just say, to use it as an easy example, then go out and buy some freaking high quality chips and some badass salsa. Be a willing participant
Yep.
in the chip and salsa eating. That's another huge thing. And have your chips and salsa. There'll be a higher quality level. You won't be able to eat as much because the nutritional value will be as high as it could be for a chip, let's just say, using that example. And so you'll automatically have a quantity or we're not into calories, but a calorie control mechanism built into it. So if you like chocolate chip cookies, go out and make yourself a badass chocolate chip cookie. And eat some of those damn chocolate chip cookies and be a willing participant and feel good about it. And then the next day, the day after Christmas, you're back in the gym.
Okay, and my opinion on this whole thing is maybe you don't have to go to Whole Foods and buy all the fancy ingredients
No, you don't have to do that, no.
make all your stuff, super high quality level, which is always a good road to go down anyways. But maybe that's not how you want to celebrate your holidays. Or maybe that, your great aunt Lucy doesn't make her pie with gluten-free pie crust. And that's okay. My opinion on this and how to survive the holiday, nosh session, if you will, is to continue every meal in that, your smaller portions, your balanced portions, you're still eating what you can control until you get to that party, or until you go out with your family, or until you reach Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, or whatever your one, blowout is gonna be. You stick to it. You don't take the whole week and eat like crap, or, oh, well, it's Christmas, I can just, let go of all of my eating stress and let me just eat whatever I want and take a whole week. I'm saying
So you're saying pick your poison.
I'm saying pick and choose where you want to fill in, and the rest of the time still go to the gym, still train hard, still drink your water, still eat your smaller balanced portions, balanced meals, so that when you do have the one cookie or the piece of pie or the cake or the whatever, the peppermint bark, you're not eating it by the tin and going, well, it's one treat, right? You can have one or two portions, and a normal portion, not like an American diet portion, which is like this. I'm talking about like your normal portion, right? Like it's a small one cookie or two cookies or
Yeah, just
whatever.
Just because the nachos are all stuck together, that doesn't mean it's one nacho.
True.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're coming.
So
from...
that's my holiday get around is I'm still in the gym every day. I'm still eating what I need to eat every day to feel good and to feel balanced and to feel, satisfied within my own journey or goals or whatever, path I'm on personally. I'm still drinking a ton of water. And then when I do go over to, my mom's house or, grandma's house or whoever's house, and she offers me up that apple pie that maybe is like from the freezer section, it's not super high quality, but you can eat it guilt-free knowing I did everything else I needed to around this.
Well, sure, because one thing we have to look at is the fact that during the holiday season, you're dealing with religious programming, you're dealing with cultural programming, and you're also dealing with familial programming. So some people, because it's always easy for a fitness professional to say, well, it works for me when I'm by myself all the time, right? Like, so in the cozy confines of the Holistic Revolution, I have access to everything.
Yeah.
Okay, your average person is not that way. So some people are dealing with cultural elements to where it's a taboo to refuse food. Okay,
Yes.
it's a taboo to not eat. It's a celebration. It's looked at. It's culturally or familial parts to it that you just can't escape. So to your point, yes, all the other baselines stay the same. You're making sure you're drinking enough water. You're going to the gym when it's time to go to the gym, and then what I was saying earlier is you get yourself mentally in a space where you are participating in it. You're not being buzz-killed or progress-killed into it, which I think we have to make a quick delineation because I get asked this all the time. What's the difference between a buzz killer and a progress killer? A buzz killer is someone who, if I say to you, hey Jen, do you want some of my cookies? And you say,
Oh, no, thank you. I'm on a diet.
oh, you took the bullet out of me.
No.
What are you, on a diet? That's stupid. Oh, see, I eat all the cookies. And they buzz kill your mood to the point where now you feel bad.
You feel guilty.
Not taking the cookie or the beer or the whatever, right? Okay, and there are some professional level buzz killers out there, so you have to be wary of that. And a lot of them, it's hard to deal with because a lot of them come in the form of family. So it's very hard to get around, okay? Then the progress killer, the difference between the buzz kill and the progress killer would be the progress killer actively engages in sabotage.
Yeah.
So I gotta go to the gym, so make sure you're home at 5, and they're late on purpose. Or you decide to start a diet, and then all of a sudden I decide to, even though I've never taken you out to dinner in the 14 years we've been together, I decide all of a sudden Friday night is pizza night now.
Yeah.
Just because you said you were starting a diet. So there's buzz killers and progress killers.
And they act like it's like kind of subliminal, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, Monday I'm going to the gym, I'm starting my diet. We're done with all the stuff, right? And then Monday night rolls around and all of a sudden, look, it was on sale. And they bring home, 14 bags of Hershey Kisses.
Yeah, something that's not on your plan. Just basically due to the fact that you put out your goal or your plan into the universe, so to speak. So there's lots of pitfalls and there's lots of things to be kind of ensnared in when it comes to the holidays. But my thing is, I think we differ a little bit in our approach, which is okay, but we're kind of saying similar things in the fact of I'm saying just be good and then have fun and do your thing, and you're saying take a more balanced approach and be
Yes.
cognizant along the way.
Yeah,
And
just
they're both,
be mindful about your choices. Be mindful about, you know, if you want to go and you want to have a whiskey, go ahead and drink that whiskey. Maybe not drink the whole bottle. I mean, right?
well, this would
Unless
go back to my point about high quality again.
everything is going to crap and your
Well,
kids are being
the-
crazy
yeah,
and
and
your
this is-
husband isn't helping and you know,
I
there's a
think-
fire in the kitchen and your in-laws are on their way over and
Yeah.
toilet's dirty and
Yeah, so don't
then,
point
okay,
at me
then
with the
drink
toilet's dirty.
Drink the whiskey. That's fine.
But no, I think that you have to. My thing is, again, be willing in it, regardless of circumstances. Don't get put into a position where you're doing things that you're going to end up feeling bad about later. So
Sure.
just go in and say, hey, listen, I know that, you know, I visit my family and I'm 37 years old. I've been working out since I was 15 when my dad first took me to a powerhouse gym, and I've been a professional trainer for 17 years, and I still have family that come to me and ask me, are you still into that working out thing? Okay, so that's a semi-irritating question for me to hear, but I go into it knowing, hey, somebody's gonna ask me, hey, you still into that working out thing? And I
Yeah.
play along with it, and I put on a smile, and I get through it, and I move forward. That's the thing. Don't
So
get
by
bogged down.
being a willing participant, it just means being mindful of what's to come. Being mindful that, yeah, I'm gonna eat this food, and it's not gonna be the healthiest, but I am making that choice. Being a mindful participant. I know that I'm going to do this.
Yes, you don't.
I know that I'm going to engage in family conversations that are going to probably make me feel bad, but I know that going in.
Yeah.
So coming home, I know that I can, you know, maybe meditate for a couple hours, maybe just, you know, back off of social media and just kind of like, okay, it's over.
It's over.
You know, it is what it is. We all go through it, and you know, maybe you're one of the lucky ones and you have the, you know, the picture perfect
Sure.
winter wonderland holiday where everybody walks around and they all have their
Sweater on.
perfect cardigans and their,
Yeah.
you know, no,
But
I
not
don't
a lot
know
of,
what that is,
but not a lot of people are like that, and that's why we are talking about this right now. And I think that getting back to it, whatever strategy that you employ, just remember, it's for a short time. Get through it to the end, to where now you can look back on it and go, oh, okay, I came out a little unscathed. If you gain a pound or two, that's gonna happen. Employ the
it
strategy.
could be water and sodium.
Yeah, employ the
that you're holding
strategies
on
that
to.
you
Don't
just
worry
talked
about
about, whether it is visualizing positive outcomes, meditating when you get home, journaling, prayer works too, moving, staying hydrated.
Water.
Don't-
Drink lots of water this holiday.
Don't go to the margins. Don't go to the way far side where you work yourself into a panic about it. And then don't, as far as the eating side, don't go to the thing where you got to unbutton your pants and
Yeah.
now your shirt's too small.
Yeah, let's not justify
Stay
the
in the middle.
overindulgence.
Yeah, stay in the middle. So, you got anything else to add on holiday?
No, it is what it is.
All right. So, I'm Ken.
I'm Jen.
We're from the Holistic Revolution. Have a great holiday. Have a great Christmas, and we shall see you in a new year, maybe.
I don't think it'll be quite. Maybe just before the new year.
Okay. Either way, have a great rest
Happy
of your day, guys.
holidays. Bye.